Hello, Nick. How are you doing?
Good, good. Hi. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. Are you enjoying the Italian hot weather and
Yeah, it's
sunny?
Fantastic. Well, I'm actually enjoying the little houses. See, there's all the little houses with the gardens on top of the,
Well, we are on the top floor, so you can enjoy the sight from above.
Exactly.
Well, I guess we are here, of course, to talk about the new Gotthard album finally coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the first question may be also the hardest to ask you, but could you try and sell the album, convince us to buy it, to give it a try?
Well, it's really good. Well, I think it's an album that we put a lot into, and we did the best that we could, and we're really proud of it. We're really happy with it. It's really gone back to basics for the band again. Back to a good raw sounding album, and really a fairly natural album. Even during the recording process, we didn't do it to a click, to a metronome. We everything was very free, and just really tried to keep it as natural as we possibly could.
How long did it take you to record the album?
About 4 months. Yeah, all together.
Between writing and recording?
No, writing was a bit before that. So we were actually we were still around the end. We were still finishing some writing as well, and adding some more things. That's including mixing and everything.
Okay, I was just curious. Well, so far at least, many of your introductions on magazines, online and such, are saying that Nick is the brand new unknown singer. And don't you feel like screaming out, hey, but I'm famous in Australia, I've done many tours, I've been in the music scene for a long time, or you just enjoy the challenge of making your name known again here in Italy, in Italy, in Europe and worldwide?
Yeah. Most people do know my past, and generally, my level of fame was never, anything like now. So, what I was doing in the past was a lot more underground. I suppose I have been doing this for a long time. I've been, I've signed to major record deals before. I've had lots of bands. I've been touring. I have been doing this, for most of my life, really. So it's not like I'm, just hey, I'm a singer.
Yeah. What is the biggest crowd you've played to so far?
I'm not sure. I think maybe. Probably the biggest one would be, I'm thinking probably a Judas Priest concert where maybe 5,000-6,000.
I see. So, are you ready for the many festivals that are coming? Will be your baptism of fire, just going and playing huge festivals instead of, doing a round of club concerts and such.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I'm used to clubs is what I've been doing for most of my life, and going up and down the east coast of Australia, in a little van, doing all the clubs and everything. So it's this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
So are you ready to play the Gods of Metal festival in Milan? Do you feel like a god of metal now that you will be playing there?
I wouldn't go that far. But really looking forward to it. The festivals are something that I'm really looking forward to doing. Nice atmosphere and the outdoors and all this sort of stuff.
So summer.
Although hopefully you don't get too much rain and which always tends to happen. But.
Well, hopefully. And well, one last question about your past, then we can speak about the album. Well, you used to play covers in Australia too. What kind of covers were you playing? I'm just curious. I just found online the Saplan Spumwa. What I also found another song called You Got Another Thing Coming, but it's not the Judas Priest cover. So what were you playing actually?
No, most of what I've been doing is original music.
Okay.
Most of my life, I've been a songwriter and composer, and Saplan pour moi was actually a B-side from a single that we had, which I think was probably Another Thing Coming, one of those singles that we had that was actually meant as a B-side, and people ended up sort of really liking it, so we did a video clip and all this sort of stuff. But no, as far as covers, I did about a year before I joined this band. I spent a year just playing just acoustic covers in pubs, which was actually a lot of fun. It was just with a drummer friend of mine, so just drums and me playing acoustic and singing, and just doing old Beatles stuff, Beatles and Rolling Stones, and all that sort of stuff. Just really cool stuff, just having fun, So, which was actually a fun way to make a living.
Yeah,
for a year,
of course. It's always nice to be a musician and make a living. And well, how much of yourself, of your composing skills, have you brought then to Gotthard? How much freedom did you have to for the new songs?
Well, a lot actually. We as part of the auditioning process that we did, as well as I spent 2 weeks with the guys, just writing songs together, and actually four of the songs that are on the album we wrote during my audition.
Wow.
Which, and Remember It's Me was actually a song idea that I brought to the band, and it was actually the first one we did. It was the first one that we put together and wrote together, and it ended up being the first single, which was sort of the introduction and everything. So it was I suppose that it really worked well together. The chemistry, the songwriting together just really works.
Yeah,
well.
I think it really shows that you are a songwriter, to not just singing or doing the lyrics, because the songs are really lively, and you can feel it's Gotthard, and they have their own vision. But
absolutely,
it fits perfectly.
It still sounds, it sounds.
It fits perfectly fine. And how much of yourself is in the lyrics?
Pretty much all the lyrics.
Yeah, because the first song, Starshine, is about taking what you want in life and stuff like that. And the second song too. Sorry if I can't remember the names, but it's all about tasting life, taking it from the middle.
There's a lot of mixture. I suppose there's a lot of different topics and lots of different things, And there's a few sort of party songs as well. But I mean, in a lot of ways, you're right. It's a lot of it is being happy to be alive, and enjoying life.
And what about the love lyrics? I tended to notice that Remember It's Me sounds like a lover trying to make the other person remember it's him, the loved one. And there's another one that goes like. I'm trying to remember the lyrics. Please tell me you love me. It's like a lover begging not for attention, but to be reminded that.
Well, it's
there's love.
Sometimes it's nice that sometimes you want to hear.
Yeah, so it's not like love song saying I love you, but it's more like please love me back and such. Is that personal stuff too?
Well, I suppose when sometimes you need to hear these things back, instead of just.
Well, surely it makes for a change. Instead of making a love song about love and the best times you've lived, but staying together after some time, I guess, too.
Yeah, exactly.
And what else? I got lost about thinking about love and the lyrics. And so I was trying to remember other lyrics, because some of the beats you brought up do stick out. Is there a song you are most proud of in the album, both for music and the lyrics?
Probably. It's hard. It's hard. I go from I have a favourite and then it changes. It keeps changing. But there's a song that I'm really enjoying at the moment. It's a song called "Take It All Back," which is a sort of a sorry song. It's like when you've said some things that you really regret. And you wish that you could sort of go back in time and not say it.
So it's another kind of love and regret song.
Yeah,
well, that's interesting.
It's not necessarily about love, but
mm-hmm.
it's more I really wish that I could go back and take that back. I'm not saying.
So what did you have in mind when you wrote it then, if we can ask? And did you make up for it? Let's not talk about what it was, but
it wasn't an actual specific thing. It was more, it wasn't really specific. It was just that sort of happens, quite often.
All the time, I would say. Well, I guess you already answered this question in a way, but so you just picked "Remember It's Me" as the first single just because it was the first song you wrote, or was there something else? Because in a way it does sound quite different from the rest of the album, which is really ball song, rock and roll, quite harder, instead of being a slower song like "Remember It's Me" is.
No, it was we had a few to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
We already had a few to choose from, and we just thought that it was the one that I suppose was the more logical one to introduce the new singer of the band and all this stuff, and it was just sort of everyone just really was really keen on this one, and I suppose also this was the deciding song for the guys.
Mm-hmm.
When they picked me as the new singer, this was the song that sort of they said, yeah, we want him. This was all from this song really in the end. So I think maybe the logic behind it was to think, well, if we think this, maybe the fans will as well. Maybe that. So maybe that was the logic behind it.
Well, I just think it's really awesome that you did write 4 songs that ended up being on the album just during the auditions. Usually people go there all scared and trying to make an impression, maybe singing a cover, and instead you went in and you did produce some stuff that was good enough.
Well, we were there for 2, specifically 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. This was in the middle because I'd already auditioned a few times. And then I'd gone back to Australia again, and they sort of called me. Oh, listen, do you want to come back and spend 2 weeks writing together?
Yeah, okay.
So it was, and actually, as a funny little fact there, the vocal performance that's on "Remember It's Me" is the actual audition. It's actually the one, So
you had to be the one that if you say stuff like that, if you reveal stuff like that, and it's just the audition.
That was actually that's.
Who else?
So it's funny.
So, and are you enjoying these moments then of doing interviews all over and answering the same questions all over again? That's the tough part of the job. Maybe they didn't tell you about.
I expected this. I've done this before, but obviously not. Not this much. It's all part of it. It's part of the job. And, I suppose, doing a lot of interviews, I just try and, maybe answer things a little bit differently, keep it fresh,
And are you ready to have your life dissected and your past and such? Because Gotthard is really big, especially in Switzerland. It goes on the newspapers, which doesn't happen to any band here in Italy, for instance. So
that's been happening already. That's from
day one.
From day one, it was but it was actually really strange. It was I just woke up one morning and was in all the papers, you know, and all the newspapers, and then it just kept going crazy from there. So it's I'm used to this now.
Okay.
It's actually it's amazing how quickly you get used to it.
I see. Oh, hello.
Hey.
Ciao. Well, we were at a point where I am asking for. Well, do you want to tell a joke? I was at the point of saying any last wise words because the time is almost up.
His time is up. I really just I would just want to thank the fans for all the messages and the welcoming. You know, it means a lot to me and the band to read these things. You know, because you never know how people react or you know, and I really feel lucky, very lucky that the response has been, you know, so great. Yeah.
Well, do you speak any Italian? Because, you know, Gotthard is really huge in Italy too. We've always loved the fact that some of them do speak Italian.
Yeah. I'm learning. I'm starting to learn, but I'm not good enough to. I'm too scared to, you know.
Okay, so you can say the bye-byes in English. I will allow you that. Well, okay. Arrivederci is for when we're going. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I can't wait to see you at the Gods of Metal, and then you have another tour coming as headliners in November. Was it October maybe? Can't remember.
I think October, yeah.
I'll be seeing you then there.